Good afternoon, Ifat. How are you doing? Am I audible? Hi.
Hi, sir. You
Am I
audible?
audible and visible clearly?
Yes, sir, you are visible too.
Okay, that's great. That's great. So please tell me when to start. Hi.
Yes, okay. There are already two faculties that joined us. Let us
Okay,
wait.
that's great. Good afternoon, Shivani ji and Sheetal ji and Anita
Good
Rawat
afternoon,
ji.
sir.
Very good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Very good afternoon, brother.
Okay. Let me just extend the group once more.
Good afternoon, Jagrati.
Okay, so we have
Good afternoon, Suman ji. Good afternoon, Neha ma'am. Good afternoon, Suman ji, Sunil ji, Shefali ji.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
Nice to interact with everyone. Really an honor for me, actually. Good afternoon, Sanjana ji.
okay. So, hi everyone. We have Mr. Sandeep Sadhu with us. He is associated with the Pearl Group as Assistant Vice President, and he would be conducting our FTP session for today with us. So, sir, I think we can start, and if the faculty have joined, and they can keep joining further also. So there are 10 members already who have joined us. We can proceed with the session now, and this will be for a 40-minute. This will be a 40-minute session. I think it will automatically be getting ended after 40 minutes. Maybe if it will be required, we can rejoin. Otherwise, we can plan the session accordingly, sir.
Perfect, wonderful, great. Thank you so much, Ifat. As always, proactive as well, always.
Thank you so much.
Respect, first of all, my greetings to everyone. It's really an honor and privilege for me. First time facing the wisdom and ocean of knowledge, all the faculty members, because I know the most difficult job in the world is to share your own thought processes, whatever you have learned, to the people, that's kids, that's students, the most toughest job to teach, because we expect them to listen properly rather than to hear you out. So good afternoon, everyone. We will have this an interactive session because I don't believe in making fishing out wonderful pictures from Google and making a nice slide and cutting and pasting, then serve it before you, the artificial food, and then I will be nose with a small photograph and then address and write down the subtitles. I don't believe in that. I believe in something what I have learned in my life. Well, my background is basically my education is from Kashmir till 12th standard, and then was a huge migration after that. To give you a small insight of myself, an average student, completely an average student, and then I went to Mumbai. I did my mechanical engineering from Kolhapur, D.Y. Patil College of Engineering and Technology. But I had always the passion for. Good afternoon to everyone who is just joining. Mrinal ji, Charu ji, good afternoon once again. So a small insight. So speaking and talking, I always used to love. That's why I was into theater, a little bit gestures, singing. That always was my passion, to keep it as a second hobby and make a career. But coming from an Orthodox family, those times, we only had two branches, BE and MBBS. There was nothing beyond this till I invented myself that I will go also for graduating for NIFT, which I did. So I'm a speaker in National Institute of Fashion Technology as well. Little bit of insight. So an average person with the 61% marks, and by the grace of God and my own hard work rather than smart work, I became VP of different companies, but Pearl being the latest one. Well, today's topic is so wonderful, and it has to be an interactive session because we are all on the same platform. Rather, I am a student. I'm only sharing my thoughts. Coming from the corporate world, we believe in talking what we can implement. The topic is new learning. Well, I was a little confused actually. What's new is always you learn new. So new learning, so this is nothing new in it, we always learn new things. But maybe we are talking about the pandemic situation which arose suddenly, the COVID-19 stuff, which I consider a blessing in disguise because we learned so many skills out of that. You can also ask your questions simultaneously. That will be an interactive session. Well, the biggest challenge that I think normally teachers faces, because I go to Greater Noida, Sharda, I go to Delhi University, North Campus, South Campus, I find classes, students disappearing. But trust me, in my class, students from different sections also wanted to join. There was no magic in it. It was simply different modes of how you teach, little bit dramatic things you have to do. Rather than being assertive, be more specific and not aggressive. Well, ma'am and sirs, we have to be very practical. That's what I learned from a corporate world. Coming from fashion industry, uh, I was given a job of allocating, for example, if I have to make a t-shirt or if I have to make a dress or a blazer from Jaipur or from Gujarat or from Bangalore, it's cultural centric. There's a culture, demographic division is there, and each and every person differs. Same as the classroom. It's mini India. It can be mini world as well. So a teacher who had a little bit of rough time getting out, getting the breakfast, munching in it, and then moving out to the classroom, expecting full attendance because you come out with a passion that you want to teach a new chapter, dynamics of machine or machine theory, because I'm from mechanical background and a little bit of fashion designing, so I'll be using these terms. So in applied mechanics like trusses, or maybe in psychology, we have got psychometric analysis. So we want attention of all the kids. But the challenge is, all our kids, are they actually attentive or they are feeling bored? What should we do actually in this big challenge that was thrown by Almighty, that was thrown by nature of pandemic? Because we got now virtual classes, we got hybrid classes, we got offline and online. My son is in class 12th. He is going for practical examinations nowadays. Trust me, the amount of pressure that is on students is not required. He had 2 days back practical of physical education because he wants to try for IAS, so he opted for humanities. Well, the teacher present at the school told him, Shivas, please make sure that you address yourself precisely. They can ask anything, not only your practical topic, they can go in any reference book. Please make sure you answer correctly. If you don't answer correctly, students after you, they will have a bad time because they will have a rough patch because the teacher will be annoyed. Oh my God, you did not answer. The impact on my child was he could not understand what to do. He had got thick books, physical education. It's all yoga, it's being happy. And the question that was asked to my son in practical examination was, after seeing his file, which was decorated by the entire family, We did it very nicely because I was good in decorating the files, exhibitions, and stuff like that. The examiner asked, "What is physical education? And which is the longest bone in the body?" That's all. And she said, "I'm impressed. You got a wonderful practical file. Really? Did you make it?" He said, "It was a teamwork. I wrote, and my father and my mother, they got all things pasted on it and decorated it." Now imagine what will happen to a child who doesn't have a proper guidance at home. That person coming from different demographic background will also go will also face the same sessional, because we have this in mind. We have all gone through this. It actually doesn't happen what the teacher says, but we have to listen. So I think we should watch ourselves. We should be very, very precise and make things comfortable. That's why in our corporate culture, you know what we have? The biggest tagline: make things simple. It adds to a lot of things. Because after my son came from the school, I'm giving the practical examples. I told him, forget everything, just do your yoga asanas and just read your practical file. That's it. He was asked what is physical education. He answered, overall, the examiner said, give me one liner for this definition. He said, overall development. He said, no, better answer is wholesome development. Okay, we respect that. He said, thank you, sir. It's a new thing, because one has to be having a gratitude. But sir and ma'am, in our classroom, because there are, same in Greater Noida, we got different sects of people. Casual kids, they don't care at all. They're just in the class for the heck of it. They got a lot of money and they're in the class. I'm talking about private institutes and Delhi University both. There are different types of, because it's a big challenge in virtual class. How do you think the kids will actually listen to you? That's the biggest challenge nowadays. There are abusive words, also some, but I think we have passed through all the stage. Same is in our field, in education as well. We have these challenges. But are we making things simple? Because first, if I ever became my first lecture, I expected discipline in my class. I expected people to raise their hands to ask a question. Please, we should remember they passed this CBSE, X amount of percentages. They came to the class with freedom. We should value that freedom. So we need to have the dramatism, a little bit of gestures, the video graphics to get ourselves noticed. And the connect is something which is very important. Connect is something which is a need of the hour. I went to Greater Noida, giving you another example of new learning. I was told, Mr. Sandeep, the X Institute, there are different types of kids and also different types of kids, so I could make out. So you have to be a little bit, careful and all that stuff. I said, no problems at all. So I came inside and said, hi guys, I'm one of you. I had so much amount of 54% in my 12th. I made a story out of it. Trust me, 70% of the class was comfortable. I said, I can talk in any language, original, English. Well, English is because my school was English medium. Otherwise, मेरी हिंदी भी बड़ी अच्छी है. तो उसमें भी बात कर सकते हैं. अपना अपना introduction दे दीजिए. Now, there were students, the hands got up and they started introducing themselves. There were annoying students, there were good students. It was all basically a bunch of flowers. I had to crack a joke immediately. My reflexes was ready because I had to concentrate them. 10 minutes it takes and another 40 minutes. Trust me, they will listen to you. My own personal experience, because this is India. And then we have got Delhi NCR, specifically its specific center. The whole demographic is totally different than what we have in Chennai. Chennai students are entirely different than Kerala, then Gujarat and Delhi NCR. The teacher has to have that lots of patience to actually carry that smile. Yes, your day, your mood cannot be good every day, but new normal and new learning says, if you are not in a mood, please make any student as a teacher and sit on the bench if you can. We used to do it in our engineering colleges and listen what they are trying to say. 70% of all these robust kind of guys will shirk to come on the stage. or the desk and teach. That will give them a sense of realization. We have these questionnaires, multiple choice questions as well, if you want to go for the virtual thing. And we need to address each and every student, which is very important, and we need to make a file. Another example of new learning, I go to international schools as well. To name Sri Ram School, my younger son studies there. I was surprised. My younger son, I'm giving you the practical examples, which is a fact-based interpersonal things. So he was asked basically, he likes chess and soccer, and he has also participated in Delhi Fashion Week as a model. Can you imagine? He was told, sorry, Adeep, this time you will not be allowed to participate in the fashion show. I was surprised. He's good at it, ma'am. Why not? He said, sorry, sir. We believe every child should participate. Even if that child doesn't know anything about that thing, that skill, but he has to participate. This is a new thing which is coming. New educational program, you must be knowing. Now it is not 10 plus 2 anymore soon. It is basically 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4. Because everything is based on skills now. Now we have major and minor. Now Sandeep Sadhu loved psychology, but I could not take it. In my time, there was no science. It was PCM. In 12th, it was physics, chemistry, mathematics. But I loved geography, but I can't take physics and geography. I loved Sanskrit also after 12th, shlokas and stuff like that, but I was not allowed to, sorry, either commerce or non-medical, medical, we had all these three, that's it. But things are changing. People are realizing Japan is doing it from ages. Till 5 years, all the kids have skill-based. Till 5 years of their age, they only learn how to eat. They believe in hygiene. They are told how to sleep, how to make your bed, how to wash your lunch, all skill-based. Sirs and ma'am, let me add here, we are typing nowadays. In my, before this, I was working for All Saints. I was into leather, and I was working for Sears, an American company. I was the quality assurance person there. We used to write notes with our handwriting because brain stimulates when you write anything. Give that privilege to kids. Please write down, WhatsApp us what you have written rather than typing. The handwriting plays a major role. That's new learning. All what our ancestors did, like playing in the mud and stuff like that, like a hybrid class, we need to touch and feel things. We need to crack a joke in the middle of a class. That's something which is very important. High and low raising of voices. Being a friend, it will turn around 360 degrees because, of course, there will be kids. Kids are kids. But new learning is teaching us a challenge to ourselves. Are we spreading the wisdom, or are we making the same CBSE scenario? 12 questions, 3 points, full marks in grammar, which was never in my state. Because we have to understand when these guys will be graduated from your universities, esteemed institutions, like we take interviews, we don't see percentages. We see how street smart the guy is and how he can contribute to our institute. Ma'am and sirs, we have got 0 meetings, means there's a big table, a round table, 5 guys standing on it. We don't wait for tea when we sit on the table. Otherwise our shipment will leave, It's touch and go situations. And every shipment of ours, which has to go to East Coast, like New York, New Jersey, and if it doesn't carry the vessel, the ship, it has to fly, and that's money. So we talk precise and nice. We're very happy and comfortable, even if we are on pins. We have to catch the vessel. And it is only possible with a strategy. Sirs and ma'am, we need to educate, I believe, kids to ask questions, to make questions from the chapter you taught them. Aap questions banaiye, and you put that questions to your fellow colleagues, fellow students. You ask me the question. That is how I did the interview. Trust me. I carried on, I selected 8 students who were not well versed. I mean, they didn't have much good percentage, and they had compartments and reappears. You know why I selected them? They had the sense of thing inside because they had a lot of pressure from their family, from all friends. You guys are no good at all. They wanted to show something. It worked so well. They told me, sir, we want to do something. Please get us a job. We will not leave only this office or a factory till you don't tell us. The production increased drastically. Of course, there was no nights. They left at the same time. But can you believe the productivity, the output was amazing. So there are no bad students at all or good students at all. At the end of the day, what matters is the way we address to them. That's my personal belief. How we address to them. There will be kids who are not expressive. Roll number 69. Can you make me understand fulcrum, power, and weight? Define it. And if he doesn't answer, we get annoyed sometimes. Please leave the classroom. That sense that spreads. In my time, it was okay. We had the sense of realization. Facebooks, everything available, everything is transparent nowadays. The whole idea, the whole brain is moved totally into a different direction. 30-35% parents, we always tell them, no, we have to be very subtle and nice. But does it work the way we are told? We still punish our kids. I do that, but in a positive manner. We have to make them realize, if you don't want to study, please don't do that. If he'll get poor marks in sessional number 1 or first examination, he will improve. If he doesn't, there are ways. We have interactive sessions from videos. We can crack jokes in the middle of the lecture and then ask some of the student who is a little bit naughty that, okay, come here and you teach, you tell me the 5 lines which I told you. People will laugh. He will feel bad. Then again, give him the chance. No, he has got the guts. We have to motivate the people in a right way. We have to motivate. That's what we do in corporate. But it's a little bit difficult in corporates because it's money involvement. We can't make a mistake. And the foundation is to be created by you, the wisdom of knowledge, the teachers. Lots and lots of patience is to be carried to the classrooms. You can try me offline. I'll show you how different people, different students will come from different classes to attend my class. And you can throw, I believe I'll be able to succeed, and you can throw them the questions. Because first we have to be comfortable. And then we can make kids comfortable. That's new learning. It is with props. It's with flip charts. It is not only the whiteboard and the sketch pen. It's more than that. Then only we can inculcate. But yes, it is specifically college centered, management centered. I agree to that. But wherever we have got respected teachers, professors, assistant professors, lecturers who can reach out to management and prove them that yes, sometimes let's go to an open classroom in the green grass lawns. My school did that. My college did that. I'm from Cassette Convent School, Srinagar. We always used to go out in beautiful trees. Under the tree, we used to have a classroom set. It used to get us the knowledge of what villagers used to be teaching like 50 years back. I'm talking about Srinagar when I was there. We still have, because kids can't go to those villages. You have to get them the sense of realization. We have to conduct a class, what actually is basically eating a roti without any sabzi. That's pandemic, which has taught us that. Realization is something which is very important without telling them. That's new learning. New learning is based on skills, based on knowledge. It's same learning a new language. 75 to 80% depends on how we express ourselves. The kids are going to take us seriously or non-seriously. Any questions so far? Because I believe it should be like more of question answer sessions to me and you as well.
Sir, I would want to know that how we can punish the students in a positive way.
How we can?
How we can punish them as in a positive way. You said that, yeah, that we should be punishing them in a positive way.
Right.
So how we can do
Like
that?
exam, that's
Examples.
wonderful. Yeah. Punishment in a positive way. Like, for example, we had this Kan Pakad in our waist. It's actually a yogic exercise. But this 20-year student will not do that. They will not listen to you. So you can throw up a challenge, like a Rubik's Cube, you know.
Yeah.
Rubik's Cube is like
Yes.
making the colors.
Yeah.
You tell that guy, okay, यार आप जबरदस्त बंदे हो, आपके पास दिमाग भी है, छोटी सी चीज, इन कलर्स को आप 4 कलर में ही बना सकते हो क्या? Trust me, I did this to few students who used to carry their mobile phones 18 hours. Now it's much less. A Rubik's Cube. And it creates a challenge because there is a lot of ego in this age. कैसे नहीं हो सकता है, क्यों नहीं हो सकता? And that's, you know, he's doing it. He'll get sweat. No, क्यों नहीं हो सकता? It is possible. क्यों नहीं हो सकता? You know, a small example, Rubik's Cube.
Yeah.
That's a positive way. Can you sing a song? आप बहुत बोल रहे थे. Can you sing a song? He will say no. Then आप तो बड़े muscle man हैं, लेकिन private jobs में जो increment नहीं होती तो muscle man भी गिर जाते हैं. So there are so many ways and props to make it in a positive manner, because we are depressing the kids nowadays. Yes, there will be people with a lot of money with golden chains inside the classroom. Different kinds of sets of kids are there, very aggressive and robust. Let them be there. They're always an example for others, because we cannot stop education. No, this sect of people will not come, this will come. There will be all, because in sea we have all fish, sharks and whales. We have to come out of it. And teachers should give each and every person a chance to participate. That person can sit down, like we had got in our classroom. Whenever I enter, I said, okay guys, 9 to 15th June kids, raise your hands. So there were 6, 7, please sit here, blah, blah, blah. Because they always have this, a little group, but make it in an assertive manner, not like you and you, तुम्हारे बस का कुछ नहीं है, तुम यहीं पर बैठो, you know, rather than, I'm giving you an example, you and you go to the back bench, आपने शोर ही मचाना है. This, that creates that, हाँ शायद हम शोर वाले ही हैं, शायद हमारे बस, because in engineering it happens, you'll agree to me, first year of engineering was all were engineers, second year is like semi-engineer, my god, third year realizes that you have to go out for a job also, final year BE, it's like, my god, we have to go out for a job now, and we are nothing. So same thing is this age of first semester and second semester, because some of the students, like we were from hostel, so punishing in a positive manner was like, my mother called me, so why are you crying? I said, I have got a lot of clothes now, I have to wash them myself. So that was being positive, till I learned that whatever I wore to, small instances, whatever I wore to college, put it in a bucket, throw some detergent, and after 1 hour when you come back, then wash it. It's a simple way. That's what Japanese are doing for prep. It's prep, it's middle, and it's secondary. We have graduation of 4 years. Everything is changing. Why not to inculcate this now in our institute, skill-based education? A student can get up, raise the hand, and be a teacher for 10 to 15 minutes. People will laugh. There will be a positive environment everywhere. We cannot be strict nowadays. That's new learning. I hope I sufficed.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much.
Trying, thanks. Any other challenge that I may also learn for this new learning that's coming as a challenge to any of the teachers? Neha ma'am or Manoj sir can tell, or Anshul ma'am. What is the hindrance that is coming in the institutes for new learning? As I can add on that in my interviews, when we put interview questions, maybe we'll be careful, you know, because we conduct interviews and campus interviews and stuff like that for our organization. So any other question that is coming in the minds that can add on? Any feedback so far that you want to give? I can see Mrinal Manjari ji has written a wonderful influence of a teacher can never be. So if you can explain that, that will be great. Maybe Am I audible, Ifat?
So you're audible completely, yes.
Okay, great. So till the time you have a question, I move further. Is
Yes.
something very important that I would like to add here:
Ji.
critical thinking. If Gandhiji would not have been involved in politics or being a leader, वो क्या होते? Any question? Any guys? You can put these questions. That's critical thinking. If not this, then what? You will be surprised. This joke happened in my Kolhapur D.Y. Patil College. There was this very naughty guy from Punjab. So we had physics practical. So we had a professor, Dr. Aute. He had done D.Lit, Doctor of Literature in Semiconductors. Amazing guy. Very simple people with Hawaii chappal. They used to come to college. I'm talking about 93. And he asked a question to my friend. It was his turn. Okay, guys, now this is, we used to have watches, electronic watches. 30-35 rupees ki aati thi wo gadi. So he told him that if I remove this button cell, which is 3 volts, and if I put these pencil 2 cells, 1.5 and 1.5 in series, what will happen? He said, sir, the depends on the situation. And शेर अर्ज है खुदा जब चाहे आंधियों में चिराग जलते हैं. He failed him. But this also happened, these kind of things in my time. But professor failed him in internals, and externals, when there was combined, he cleared him. So we sometimes have to take this. We should not feel annoyed. That is what we give stress in corporate as well, for critical thinking. Trust me, very few 98.5 and 99.76 are selected in interviews. What a good resume, what a good percentage can give you is an interview, not a job. That's my personal belief. For more than 2.5 decades, I have seen 65 to 75 percentages are selected in jobs. They're street smart. They are not kitabi kida, only bookworms. We need to give that enough of solace. We need to give enough of time to kids to put questions to you also, because we carry that image of being strict. We'll call your parents and principal will rusticate. You've done a bad thing, We have to be friends. That's new learning. Punishing in a positive manner. It's very easy to punish, expel, but we need to understand the pandemic time. Not all guys have got that guidance that they can have privilege to go for online classes. Maybe I'm talking about the government stuff and government or quota people and stuff like that. But we need to, hand in hand, be with them. Like a small kid, if I run, he can't run. We have to join the pace of walking with that kid. That's something which is very important. That's new learning. It is experimenting within ourselves. We need to share a lot to students. For sure, we need to. But first and foremost is detoxifying, making them happy, creating the environment and aura in the classroom is the need of the hour. Rest, everything is taken care of. This is exactly what we do in our corporate world as well. We need to take care. It's easy to check out people. That's what maximum multinational companies have done. Our company didn't do it. Sears didn't do it. Tata didn't do it, because they have values. That is something which makes them leader apart from others. Echelon has got a good name. I heard the name Path Lab. I was there, Lal Path Lab, multinational. It's in Gurgaon, their main head office, and they know you very well. So something is very important which we need to understand is basically that we have to be like Charles Law of diffusion. The perfume, the bottle opens and it spreads every year, everywhere in all the classrooms. The teachers, professors, respectable ones have to be dealing with the kids like that. That's something which is very important. New normal is not finishing the syllabus at all. It is detoxifying that too much of virtual things, of phone, making friends on Facebook, detoxifying that. 10 minutes, start of lecture and the end of lecture. That is something which is very important. Whenever you deliver a lecture, please ask the kids to make questions on their own, which are not there in the book, and they can ask the questions and they can distribute. I mean, it's like a five group of people. They can have interaction. Green lawns, not in the classroom, maybe virtually. That will be beneficial, and that is being beneficial. That is something which is very important. What I have learned so far, it is all skill based now. It's hybrid rather than virtual. We need to have online and offline, face to face, combination of everything. That's, I think, is important. So far, I mean, we have finished a little bit of. So, any questions so far? I'm hopeful that you are enjoying the session, though I expect it to be more of interactive one.
Yeah.
That will be great. Even I need to learn things to put in my interviews, questionnaire as well. Because I have kept
Proceed
these
with the
5-7
question.
minutes for questionnaires.
Yes.
Any questions? Because I understand the college is management specific. We have got our cultural centric, institution centric, keeping that in view. I understand that. Liberal, but we are now moving towards the liberal education stuff and all that. So there are loopholes even in North Campus, in Stephens as well. So it's everywhere. So please go ahead and have an interactive session. Anyone? Anita ma'am, I think, is unmute. Neha ma'am, anything you want to suggest?
So any questions? Anybody
Okay.
so far?
Right, ma'am. I got it. The chat box. If you want to write a chat, also, I mean, you can ask, you can write down any question. That would be really nice. Very nice, actually.
Okay, Nita ma'am is next to you guys.
Absolutely, Suman, ma'am. Absolutely appreciate what you said. Yeah, it is for sure. I saw it in my classes as well, because let me give an example of Ramanujan College. I often used to visit the college, and I introduced. They got a beautiful lawn outside, and I said, "Why not? Please come out of the classrooms." The batch of 10 or 15 odd students, and they participated. We had this game, a wonderful game of multiple choice questions. I learned this from my school. Imagine, my principal had this thought process. I'm talking about late 70s. He used to tell us, guys, we are going to Mughal Garden tomorrow. We were very happy, but please don't forget to get your books as well. It was amazing. Absolutely, Suman man. You're working on the same, and absolutely you will get it. The kids will come to you. If the kids are not asking questions to you, trust me, it's of no use. Because we can't do like this. The toughest job is teaching. That's why I inculcated and adhered to this passion of mine to keep a tributary of expressing yourself in education. I always went for this fashion stuff. That was my main bread and butter. But I kept this little bit of honey and topping of a cherry, education, motivational speaking, as a tributary. I never want to become a lake, a big lake of stagnant water, stinking after some time. I want to be a small canal, a small tributary of flowing breeze, a flowing water. We should always flow. And we have to carry that happiness within ourselves. We should enjoy it. That's what I think is important. We've got less than a minute.
Yes, it's about
We can have a
over.
question. Yeah, I mean, most welcome.
Okay then, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you for this session.
Most welcome. I mean, so patient hearing, and
Yes.
everybody. I
Yes.
mean, I thank you
Yes.
very much. I'm no one to give advices and stuff like that. It's mutual. I just shared what I have learned in my lifetime and small experience.